Hey everybody, it's Jimmy and Wayne. Today we're recording from the boat. We decided to take a ride onto the Gulf and everything. And so since we're on the boat, what we decided to talk about is living on the water. There's so many perks about living on the water, and so many people that move to Florida, they either want to be on the East Coast or the West Coast. They want to wake up every morning, look at the dolphins, look at the manatees, look at the birds, go fishing, have their boat in the backyard.
Yeah.
And it sounds great, you know?
It's the difference between, are you a surfer, you want those big waves, or are you going to be a paddle boat and manatee watcher, you know, like.
You can't beat it. Like over here, you know, like on this side where we are, the West Coast, we see the sunsets.
Oh,
all right. I made some
time.
notes. We access water sports right in our backyard.
Yep.
All right. We have abundance of wildlife.
Absolutely.
Like, even coming out here, I had to be careful because of the manatees. You know, I don't want to hit any manatees or anything. It's peaceful lifestyle because if you live on the canal, there's nobody going to build in your backyard because there's water.
Right. 100%.
So that's, you know, no driving to the beach.
That's it. Home.
All right.
It's home.
Local restaurants often have dock access. We have, like over here, and even in Hudson, we have some dock access that we go right to the restaurants.
And the clothing, the attire is different. It's like, hey, yeah, I got my beach stuff. I go into the restaurant. There you go. Hop off to the boat. Go get your food. Come back on and hit the water again.
Yeah, salt air is natural, refreshing, and it just, you feel better.
Smells good. Feels good. Coming out here, I just felt like 10 times better. Just driving out here, that wind blowing through.
Especially if you have like a house with, you know, with a pool and everything. Like me and Wayne, we discussed about building some waterfront properties.
Correct. Yeah.
So
it's a secret. It's like a 2-week out, but stay tuned for that. He'll drop some more on that.
I'll drop some more of that, but we're talking about it. Okay. So basically, we're going to talk about what we just talked about, the daily lifestyles. We're going to talk about weather and environmental realities because it's not all
fun and games. No.
You know?
We just went through 2 major hurricanes down here, so you get some of this that people are always concerned about. But how often does that happen? You know, what can you do to prevent that building up? You know, versus your traditional homes that are ground level. So what are the steps that you can do?
And then we're going to talk to Wayne about investment and resale value. Okay, because that's a big thing too. We got to talk about it. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. It depends on what it is. Then we're going to talk about lifestyle, community vibes. I just feel like waterfront communities have a different vibe than everything else.
Sure, absolutely. You know everyone, you talk to everyone. They always help out. You're ever working on the boat and then someone pulls up and they want to find out what it is and give you a hand because they've probably experienced the same thing.
Boating and water access, we got to talk about that. The financials of waterfront living, it's not cheap.
No, it's not.
All right, we're gonna break it down.
Yeah.
All right, and we're gonna talk about what I think about waterfront living. Okay. In the meantime, if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing. It really does help out the channel. And remember, if you need a real estate agent anywhere in the United States, my phone number is below. Just call me, text me, or email me. My email is below too. Or if you need a home inspector anywhere in Tampa Bay, I got a whole team. So before we even start, let me show you around.
Yeah,
these are the stilt houses. Okay. You see that some people are working on the stilt house right now. And now it's scalloping season.
Right.
So, you know, we have to be extra careful with that.
But can you believe this is just Friday afternoon and our Tuesdays are like our Fridays? Because look at the weather, look at the sky, look at the scenery, you know?
Yeah, and there's other stilt houses down there too. They're like there's a whole history. I should just do a video on stilt houses.
That'd be very cool. Absolutely.
You know, we'll go and visit them. All right, but let's talk about some of the bad things about waterfront. I'll keep it simple. Saltwater corrosion is a real thing. Expect maintenance on metal, paint, and electronics. Mm-hmm. Living on the water, your house is going to have more maintenance. Great.
Yeah. But you're always doing maintenance to a home. So what's your trade-off? You know, you're always going to have to maintain your home regardless, whether it's internals, air conditioning, you know, your air filters, paint, lawn. I'd rather this versus the lawn.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, let's talk about insurance premiums for flood hurricane zones can be steep.
Gosh.
So I would never buy a waterfront property that's a ranch on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, because
On
you
the
do every year.
insurance.
You're in a panic that it's
Yeah.
going to flood or the hurricane is going to hit it.
Right, right. And then you're losing everything because you remodel the inside, you decorate it, doesn't matter. That water gets in there, it's done. But you really picked the rough topic because insurance is a tough thing here.
Well, we're going to do a whole video just on insurance, but
yeah.
pretty much some insurance companies won't even insure you if it's a ranch.
Right, exactly.
You have to be cash and you have to go bare, you know.
Right, right.
And I never tell anybody to go bare. If you have a mortgage, you need insurance, flood insurance and everything.
Right.
But if you want to go bare because the premium is too much, at least get fire, theft, and liability on the house.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you
know?
got to have something. You can't go completely naked.
My neighbors down there are paying like $12,000 a year
Yep.
for insurance.
Yeah.
And it's not that great of insurance.
Yeah. That's the other thing. It's hard also to find. You know, I've had people calling for weeks and saying, hey, I just get a quote back to me. They're calling everywhere, you know. It's hard to just get those. So it is a challenge. So we're going to leave that bad subject and
All
it's
right,
something you have to
so you
tackle.
want to skip over the
Yeah.
high risk of storm surge, wind damage from hurricanes. You want to skip over that one. Okay.
Look, there is a risk. I think we accept it. I think if you're looking here, you know it. It's, you know, one of the accepted things. And what prevents most tragedies are proper planning. You got to prepare, you know, have an emergency plan, have a backup plan. Most likely, if this is your first and, not your first, but if this is your primary home, then yeah, I would check everything. I'd want it built up. I'd want backup power supply. I'd want as much preventative maintenance done to my house as possible. You know, you can only prepare but so much. What's going to happen is going to happen, and it happens few and far between. So I've been down here a while now, and we've only had the major one. We've had a couple of tough ones blow
Yeah,
through,
but I know
it.
some people that rebuilt, and then the following year they got flooded again.
Again,
they
yes,
rebuilt and
I
stuff.
know, I know. So
But
your tolerance,
Some
absolutely.
people, you know, their damage is so much that the elevation building code changes. They're
Yes.
like, you can't rebuild the
Right.
50% rule.
Right. Yeah. And a contractor, a good friend of ours, is going to come on, and I'd love for you and him to talk about that because this is a moving target here. You know, they change the rules and regulations constantly, and you got to stay up with that. You need a good, proper licensed GC to lock in, help you navigate that. Permitting is a nightmare. You know, the county is tough to get through that process. You need to be able to navigate your way through this as a homeowner. It's going to be tough to tackle that on your own when those events happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's some people from last year are still not. They're still in studs.
Yeah. People aren't whole.
No.
We're what 9 months into it, right?
And you can have seasonal king tides that cause flooding too with heavy rain.
Yep.
You know, it just happens. You know.
Yeah.
You know, think about living on the water too. It's peaceful, but again, at the same time, you know,
It comes with its cautions and
comes with its cautions.
concerns. That's it. You just have to be aware. And Jimmy and I are both straightforward and honest. We're going to make sure that you know what you're getting into and let you know. I know when you inspect the property, one of the major
I do a lot of
concerns.
waterfronts, yeah.
Yeah, they're worried about the intrusion, water
Yeah.
intrusion, and foundations and
Everything.
mold and everything. I mean,
have to worry about everything.
How do you fight all of that?
But here's the big thing, okay? If you waterfront, I don't care where you are on waterfront, be prepared.
Right.
If there's a hurricane, a named hurricane, they're going to tell you to evacuate.
Right. Follow those instructions.
Follow those instructions because I know people are like, I'm in a stilt house.
Right.
I'm not worried about it. The water has to go up 18 feet to reach me,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the water went up 6 feet, but they can't go anywhere. They have no power.
Car's
They have
gone.
nothing. Car's gone. Everything's gone.
Car is back in the Gulf.
It's like that stilt house. That's
yeah.
basically what it is.
You're not going anywhere. So we learned the lesson last year, and just to let you know, what's the real time of this happening? Less than 30 minutes. In 10 minutes, it's too late to make that decision. So being prepared always.
All right, let's talk about investment and resale value.
Yep.
High demand keeps resale value strong, especially in Tampa Bay and the Gulf. True or false?
True. I mean, at some point, when you look at this, we're looking at all these Gulf properties here. And yes, people will move out, people will turn it over, but what's taking its place? You know, the $200,000 homes are now selling for 600. The $600,000 homes that were wiped out, they're going to rebuild. It's going to be a $1.2 million home on that property. So yes, there's going to be an adjustment constantly for the investor. Remember, we're classing this differently. Investor, you know, this is their market.
All right, limited inventory means waterfront properties appreciate faster. True or false?
True.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Buyers seek features like dock access, deep water canals, and open views.
Yeah, you want your toys.
But
And
homes on the direct waterfront are much more expensive than canals.
yes, yeah, and you know, each boater knows that they've got their specifications. They know how deep their little toy is going to be, and what the routes are, and tell people coming out here how long it took for us to hit the Gulf.
From my property, technically it takes 3 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm in the open Gulf and everything. But
So now
but-
you're
but
paying
my
a
canal-
premium for that.
You are paying a premium for that, but if you want a cabin cruise or like a big boat, my canal is not for it. This boat over
Right.
here, I can literally run in, and it's 26 feet. I can literally run in on 12 inches on plane.
Right.
I did it over 10 inches, you know, if I want to clean the bottom a little bit, you know.
Get
All
those
right.
barnacles off.
Waterfront property is ideal for Airbnbs and VRBOs. True or false?
All right. I've got mixed feelings about this because
Okay.
I've seen success with Airbnbs. Because when tourists come down, I see a lot of tourists come down from cold states. They don't mind traveling to the beach. So is it a better investment? Yes. You can get more, obviously. But I see the Airbnbs in great locations. Downtown Newport Richey is one very good example. St. Pete, Tampa, you know, they're looking for the key locations. So I think that spreads it out a little bit.
You must consider HOA rules if you're in a waterfront community. Some limit rentals or dock use.
Absolutely,
Okay.
because they want that lifestyle to remain the same. So what's out of control is the parties, because you see a beach house, it's got 4 rooms, and they're counting 2 people per room. I mean, that's a lot of people, and what comes to mind? They're going to have a party. They're here for the weekend.
Older homes with water access are prime for flips or custom builds. That's
Yeah.
where you can build some equity in it.
Yep,
Older
100%, 100%.
Okay, insurance costs could definitely impact return on investment.
We know
we
that.
already talked about.
Yep.
Gulf-facing homes marketed internationally for luxury appeal. A lot of
Sure, that's what you're
overseas
coming
people.
down here for.
That's what they're coming down here.
And that's who we're going to market to. So,
And if you think about it, if you're buying a waterfront property, you got to look at seawalls, boat lifts, and docks. And trust me, I did all that stuff.
there's a lot to put into it. Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk about lifestyle and community vibes. Okay, and we'll run through these quick.
Bikinis, mandatory.
It often feels laid back. True or false?
Absolutely.
More opportunities for community boating clubs, marine events, waterfront socials.
Sure.
Strong
yacht club,
neighborhood
definitely.
pride and local preservation efforts.
Absolutely. You see everyone showing off their toys and having their flags out, and yeah, you're absolutely.
Art and seafood festivals are huge in Gulf towns.
It's a culture. It's a community. Absolutely.
Many cities like Clearwater, Dunedin, and St. Pete have walkable downtowns near water.
Yep, flip-flops not required. They'll walk barefoot from the beach downtown, grab a drink, go back out on the water.
Sunset cruises and boat parades are regular social event.
Yep.
I see them all the time.
Our boat parades are, it's like, I think the one downtown we've got for decades now, You want to be a part of that. And it's not even about the prize, quite honestly. It's about pride of ownership and showing your boat and enjoying the festivities.
Live music dining trends tend to be centered around marines and piers. All the restaurants.
100%.
Yeah.
You pull up and you're hearing live bands and music playing.
Okay, diverse mix of retirees and second or homeowners. I mean,
yeah.
You get a lot of that.
Yeah, we've got a good mix here.
Here's a big one, and I agree with this one 100%. Trust me on this one. You're always a host for out-of-town guests. Expect visits year-round.
If you don't have a truck, you need to know someone with a truck. You don't have a beachfront property, you need to know someone with one.
I'm from New York, okay, and so is
Ditto.
Wayne, okay? And my family was 2 blocks away, 3 blocks away from me. I literally see them more now that I'm in Florida and they're still in New York.
You're the vacation.
I'm the vacation. Okay. Let's go to boating and waterfront access.
All right.
Okay, direct Gulf access is a huge add-on value, but you have to look for no docks and easy to navigate.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I've had to move clients down here, and they've got a special boat. You know, some of the marinas around here, very limited space. One of my clients was on a wait list for 6 months. So there's a lot to consider when you're coming down here. You know, you have to kind of plan these things out. And yeah, you want your own lift.
Boat lifts, let's talk about boat lifts and lifts increase the home value dramatically.
100%.
They do. Because some canals.
How much time are you going to spend going and getting?
Yeah, some canals don't offer the access. You know, they won't let you put a boat lift in.
Right. Yep.
Seasonal scalloping, crabbing can be done right from some areas. Like right here, they're scalloping here, so we have to be careful so we're not near people that are scalloping. You have to know the depths of your canals.
Absolutely.
It's crucial.
Yep.
I know some people that bought some properties and then they bought a boat and they didn't put the 2 and 2 together and they can't use the boat.
Low tide, high tide.
You have to know. Yeah, because over here it doesn't get like, this is not the exact science, but pretty much for every mile you go out, it gets a foot deep. Okay, I can go out 20 miles and I could probably be in 20, 25 feet of water.
Yeah, and we're in some shallow areas actually. Yeah. So 5 feet, you know, tops.
You know, and you have to do like boating laws too. Like if you're buying a canal front home really deep in, it takes you 30 minutes to get out at idle speed, and there's a big thunderstorm over your head shooting lightning. You're not going to like that very much. So if you're hiring a real estate agent, hire somebody that knows water and has a boat.
Been in a few of those. That rain hurts. It pelts down on you.
Let's talk about the financials of waterfront. Property taxes are higher due to elevated market value.
Correct.
True.
Yep.
Homeowners insurance, we already talked about, it's crazy.
Yep.
Seawall repairs and replacement can run into the tens of thousands.
Yes.
Trust me on that.
And there's a wait too, so.
Homes built before newer FEMA flood maps may face strict insurance limits.
Correct. FEMA keeps moving the goalposts for people, so.
Expect higher utility bills for homes with boat lifts, pools, dehumidifiers. Waterfront HOAs include maintenance of shared docks and canals. They do.
Yep.
Like, what is it, Gulf Harbors, you know?
Yeah, you've got the private beach, so.
Consider wind mitigation inspections to reduce insurance. That's what I do. I do wind mitigations.
Absolutely,
okay?
Required.
Any energy efficient upgrades help cut the long-term costs in humid areas. You have to have impact windows now.
Yeah.
You know, you have metal roofs, I recommend, on waterfront properties.
You want those double pane, you want the energy efficient windows, doors, everything.
And you know, just there's so much to waterfront that we can make this video into a 50-minute video. But my point is, at the end of the day, okay, I love being on the water. Look at this. We got to the property. We had the boat going within 5 minutes.
Yeah. I
press a button and it drops and goes. Okay. But I know the risks. I accept the risks.
Prepared. You got to prepare. So whatever you're doing, you know the lifestyle, you're aware, and I think you don't have any hesitation if you're going to buy something.
No.
Because you're educated on it.
We're building.
Right. So if you're looking, you know, this is definitely something you've already accounted for this. Let's just take the next step.
How do they reach you?
727-428-4103. Wayne Scott, and we'll put the email address in the website.
Yeah, and my information is below too. Call me with any questions. I greatly appreciate you guys watching. Just remember, consider subscribing. It really does help out the channel. And we have a lot more great videos coming, and Wayne's going to be on a lot more. And he's starting to like it, right?
If you bring me out on the water, let's travel other places. I mean, we're going to have stilt homes. We're going to have manatees. We're going to have so much stuff here.
We're going to go to some downtowns and do some really cool stuff and everything. But anyways, after you hit the bell notification and you subscribe, watch this video here. I picked it out just for you guys. And thank you and have a great day.
Take care.